Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel, Get Crafty with Sally. My name is Sally Poole and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Albany, Oregon. Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute card with the Easter Bunny set. This set came out last year in the annual catalog, and it does have a punch that goes with it, but I'm not going to be using it today. I did fussy cut the bunny. So this is what the card looks like. There are quite a few little pieces of paper, but it really doesn't take that long to put it together. So let's show you what you're going to need to make this. And as always, I do have a PDF with all of the measurements and supplies needed for this card. Down below the video in the description box, there is a link to my blog where the PDF is stored. So you can either take a screenshot of this if you'd like, or just go to that PDF and get the instructions, or print it out if you want. I'm not going to go through all of these piece by piece. The card base obviously is a little different. It's 5 1/4 by 11, and it is scored in several places. I've scored it at an inch and 3/4, 3.5 inches, 5 1/4 inches, and 7 inches. So let's get started. And I think the first thing that we'll do, I did mean to show you that the stamp set is in the annual catalog. This is May 2023 to April 2024. It's on page 50, and you can find the punch on page 148. Okay, so I think I will show you how I colored the bunnies. And these I just did in bubble bath on this card. This paper is from the Delightful Floral Designer Series paper pack. And I did do a couple other cards with different papers, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So the bunnies I stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I've got 2 of them here. And like I said, I colored the ones for that card in with Bubble Bath Stampin' Blends. I also used I guess I should say I used light Bubble Bath. I believe I did not. I used dark Bubble Bath. And I also used Flirty Flamingo for the inside of the ears, and I used Bubble Bath for his little nose and his cheeks. And I thought that I kept my Flirty Flamingo out here, but I did not, so I guess we're just going to use the Bubble Bath instead. So this one I'm going to color with light Smoky Slate, and I am going to use the brush tip end. It's pretty quick and easy to color. We're not going to do his whole body, so I'm just going to go around the edge of that ear, color in the back of this ear, and then I'm going to start a little bit above his nose and just start making little strokes with the Stampin' blend. Nothing needs to be even or the same width. So go around his tail a little bit, color that foot. And this is going to dry a little bit lighter than what you're seeing here. So you really don't have to do a whole lot with your pen to make a nice effect on the bunny. So let's do this other one while we're at it. So much for the dogs taking a nap. Now all of your dogs are going to get excited when you have the video playing. So we'll just go down his back, go around his tail a little bit. I am going to do a little bit on the chin and throat of this little bunny. And the reason that I didn't use the punch was because I used these two bunnies, and the punch only works on this one. So I decided to just fussy cut them both out, and it really didn't take very long. And as you know, I am not a big fan of fussy cutting. Okay, so that is it with the body part of the smoky slate. So now I'm going to take my dark bubble bath and do the inside of the ear, inside of that ear, put a little color on the end of his nose, and then a little circle on his cheek, right where his little whiskers are. So that is it as far as what I did on coloring these little bunnies. So you can fill in the entire body if you want. That's up to you. You can punch them out of the designer series paper if you want. That would be a fun look too. Okay, so now let's go on to our card base. And remember, this is 5 1/4 by 11. I've already scored it. So here is the right side of my card, which is going to be this piece. So I'm going to fold this over on the score line, and I'm going to flip it over and make sure that I have everything lined up. And I'm going to take my bone folder and give that a good burnishing so that there's a nice crease. So the next score line, we're going to fold it back, burnish that and give it a good crease. Fold this one over, make sure it's all lined up on these edges. And then the last one we'll fold over and then also give that a press. So that is the card base. Looks like a W up at the top. So now I'm going to flatten it out just a little bit so I have a flat surface to glue my pieces down on. And let's take our largest pieces, and I'm going to, I think for this one I'm going to use my tape runner. You could certainly use glue if you like. So we will adhere the designer series paper to the bubble bath cardstock. And then I'm going to use my tape runner again. And we'll adhere this to, I'm going to grab a piece of blue so I can actually see my white cardstock. So we'll put this down, try to get all the edges even. Then we're going to take we've got 4 pieces of bubble bath cardstock and 4 pieces of the designer series paper, and I actually have 2 different patterns. You can do whatever you want. You could have 4 different ones. You could use all the same, whatever. It's up to you. So let's grab my chair. Let's glue a couple of these down. So I'm going to take my green glue, get a little bit of it on the back of this designer series paper. Line that up. Try to get it even. Give that a press. And then we'll do one of these other coordinating pieces. I was thinking ahead this time, and I did glue 2 of them down already. So you don't have to watch me do all that. So we'll put that down on the bubble bath. Try to get the edges all even. And so we've got those 2. Save these pieces for another card. And then I'll grab the 2 that I've done ahead of time. So you can lay them out however you want. You can alternate like that. You can put 2 of the same on the outside, 2 of the same on the inside. On this card, alternated. So I think this time I'm going to do it like I've got it laid out here. And these, I think I'm going to glue down. So maybe I'll have a better chance of getting them straight and even. So I'm going to put this one next to the larger panel that we've already got down. Give that a press. So this is actually a little bit smaller pattern of the same pattern that's here. Get some more glue on here. Put this one down. Get it all even, give it a press. There's so many cute papers right now too that you could use for this design, and you could coordinate your bunnies to whatever designer series paper you're using. Your bunnies don't have to be gray or brown. Obviously, I've done a pink one. You could do whatever, blue, yellow, purple, any color you choose. I think they'd be really cute. All right, so here's our last tall and skinny panel. So we'll put that down, give it a press. And then the next thing we're going to do, I've got a piece of basic white that is 3 by 6, and I've scored it lightly in the middle at 3 inches. So we'll fold that over, give that a press, and then we're going to take these two 2 7/8 inch square pieces of bubble bath, and we're going to glue them down. I'll put glue on both of them while I've got it in my hand. So we'll put this one here. And it's got a pretty small margin around it, maybe a 1/16 of an inch or so. So let's put our other one down, line it up. And then what goes on top of these is 2 other squares, and these are 2 5/8 inches square. And I have taken my Stitched with Whimsy dies and have used this largest square, and then run this through my cut and emboss machine, and you can see that it has done little cuts in the paper, but it hasn't really cut anything as far as die cutting a piece away from your main paper. And before we glue these down, I'm actually going to put a little bit of bubble bath ink on them. I don't know if you can see that behind these bunnies. It kind of makes them pop a little bit more. So let's open up our ink pad. Get a little bit of ink on my blending brush. And I'm just going to lightly make some circles in the center of this square and move it out just a little. And this is one of those things that I've mentioned before. It really doesn't look like it's coloring it very much, but when you get done and adhere it to your card and get your bunny on there, you are going to notice that there is pink on here. You could make it really dark if you wanted and make it uber obvious. So that's all we need for that. Let's turn these over and we'll get some ink on them, or some glue on them. A little harder to get around the edge of that with that little whimsy design in it. Okay. So we'll take this one and we'll center it on this square. Give that a press. Grab our other one. Center it on this square. And give that one a press. So for the placement of this on the card, it's going to be this piece that the bunnies go on. We're going to take our card and fold it up, accordion style. Take this piece and I'm going to slide it underneath this, line it up where I think I want it to be. So you probably want pretty close to an equal distance at the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to try to get a pretty equal distance on these sides. It's not really important that you do that, but it's up to you how you want that to look. So while I've got this on here and I've got it where I want it now, I'm still holding this down. I'm gonna release that, and it's still stuck underneath there, and I've got some pressure on it. I'm gonna put some glue over on the right hand side. Hopefully that is still in the camera. Yep. Okay. So now I'm still holding this down. I'm going to flip this back over and press that and just hold it for a few seconds. Let that glue set a little bit. I'm already getting glue on things where it doesn't need to be. So now we can just flip this open that up, and then we'll just put glue on the left side of this piece. And maybe I should try not to get it so close to the edge. So now we're going to lay that back down, and I am going to close it back up and then hold that just for a few seconds. Let that glue set a little bit. So now let's do this inside piece. I've got a piece of bubble bath, and then I have ahead of time stamped from this set, enjoy all the little moments, plus these little Easter eggs, plus the little butterfly, and I have already colored them. So let's put some glue on this. We'll center it on our bubble bath square. And these two pieces, the bubble bath cardstock and the basic white, I have cut out with the two largest squares from the Stylish Shapes dies. So those fit together really well. So now let's put some green glue on the back of our sentiment piece. I'm going to stand up so I can hopefully get this straight. And it's not quite as big as these squares. So I'm going to gently lay this down where I think it's centered pretty well, and I'm not going to press it all down yet, but I want to close this and make sure that it is hidden underneath this, which it is. So now I can give it a press. Now we can take our little bunnies, and like I said, this time I am using Smoky Slate, and I am going to put some dimensionals on the back of the bunnies. I'm going to pop them up this time. So I will use a couple of big ones, and then I've got quite a few little pieces that are cut in half that I'll use. And I think, let me see, I'm going to cut a few more of these in half so I can put some of these on the bunny's ears. Let's see, I think I can still use some small cut in half pieces. Okay, so let's take the covers off of our dimensionals. And we'll take this bunny and we'll pop him up on this panel. And I don't know where my other bunny went. Oh, I dropped it on, not even on the floor, it landed on the dog. All right, so let's take the covers off of this little guy. And we'll set this one over here on this side. And then the last thing I'm gonna do, you know how I like my dazzling diamonds. I'm gonna take my quickie glue pen and I'm gonna put some glue on the inside of his ear. Take a little bit of dazzling diamonds, give that a flick. Do the other ear. And if you don't have dazzling diamonds, you can use any other kind of glitter. It's just glitter. So try to get all the excess off. And then I'm also going to put some glue on these little wavy lines on this egg on the right, and I'm going to go around the edge of the circles on the egg on the left. And we'll put some more dazzling diamonds on there. And you could put it on the butterfly or wherever you want. So let's put our glue pen away and our dazzling diamonds. All right, so there is the card. And it wasn't that difficult, was it? Just seems like a lot of pieces, but they do go together pretty quickly. I do want to mention that I think 3 weeks ago I did a card drawing for the Easter lily card, this Easter lily card. And those of you that commented on my YouTube video were entered into the drawing, and the winner is, I don't know if her name is Judy or Jude. So this is the winner. If you will contact me at dannydog75@hotmail.com and give me your mailing address, I will put this Easter lily card in the mail for you, and hopefully you'll have it before Easter. Okay, so back to this. I was going to show you a couple other examples that I did. I also did one with my favorite Flight and Airy paper. I just love this and can't stop using it. So this one also has the smoky slate bunnies. I did put the dazzling diamonds on there. And I also did one with the new flowering zinnias paper. Just to show you, you can put bunnies on whatever you want. So I think that's kind of cool. This one, I didn't stamp the sentiment. I actually did this on my computer. And if you want this, I will put the font and the size and where I got the font from in my PDF. And then this one, I also stamped the little butterfly, cut it out, and popped it up too. It is on a dimensional. So those are my little bunny Easter cards for today. Let me know what you think about them, and I hope you'll give this card a try. It is really a fun card design. I think it turns out really nice, and it is actually fun to put together. So hopefully you'll give it a try. So thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. If you're getting anything out of my videos, please give me the thumbs up, share my video with your friends and family, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.